So you want to know, what is the storage life of a 260 balloon? And that's a great question, and I'm not sure I have the answer for you, but I will try my best. So this is my balloon storage, and I think the life of a stored balloon will depend on how you have it stored. So there's a couple things you want to keep in mind. You want your balloons in a cool, dry space away from direct sunlight. Okay, so where my balloons are, the sun, there's never direct sunlight coming through a window, baking on these. This room stays pretty cool. It is air conditioned, and all of these, they're not airtight, but I keep them in their bags. Okay, so I keep them in their bags in this plastic bin. So this keeps out dust and moisture and humidity and particulates in the air and whatnot. So because I store my balloons this way and I keep them in the bags, I don't open the bags until it's ready for me, until it's time for me to use them. Tripping over my words. Yeah, I don't open the bags until I'm ready to use the balloons and take them out of the bag, right? But they stay in the bags that are sealed. They stay in these plastic bins. They stay in here in a cool, dry room away from direct sunlight. So I've found that some of my balloons last for 2 to 3 years and work perfectly fine. But I've also found that some of my balloons, don't even last a month. Again, part of it also depends on the brand. I found that Sempertex by Batalic, Sempertex will last a lot longer than pretty much any other brand, whether that's Gemar, Qualitex, Calisan, all the other brands I've tested. Sempertex tends to last the longest and still stay usable, which is, again, one of the reasons why I love Sempertex balloons. But yeah, so again, I've had some last as long as 2 or 3 years. I've never really tried to use balloons that I've had for longer than that, so I honestly can't answer if they would last even longer than that, but I know I've had bags of balloons that were still good up to 2 to 3 years later. But I also know that I've had balloons that, like, I literally got them and less than a month later the whole bag was just trash. Now, it could have been trash from the time I got it, because I've also found that something that can affect the quality of the balloons is not just how I store them, but how they were stored at the facility where I purchased them and how they were shipped. So sometimes if they get too hot during shipping, in transit to me, they can be ruined by the time I get them. Also, if they weren't stored properly at the distributor, then when they send them to me, I get them and it's no good. So that's also why you want to make sure you go through a reputable distributor. And when you get your balloons, you want to get them from a company that takes care of their balloons and stores their balloons properly. Man, I'm just tripping all over myself today. But you want to make sure that you order your balloons from a company that stores them properly and ships them properly, so that at the very least, that when the balloons arrive into your possession, that the balloons are in good shape. And then you can worry about how you store the balloons in a dry, safe space away from direct sunlight. But yeah, the first thing you got to tackle is make sure that you get the balloons from a company that stores them properly and ships them properly. But yeah, then when you get them, I just say you need to do what works for you. I found that works for me. That gives them the longest shelf life is, again, I keep them sealed in their bags in this bin. I've seen some people that when they get their balloons, they open them all up and all they'd have in their plastic bin is just loose balloons. I don't personally like that, because I find that the balloons don't tend to last as long that way. But again, everyone's got to find out what works for them. That's what works for me. I'd love to know what works for you.